So let's answer the question of why. Your third eye is about to open up and you're gonna start talking to Joe Rogan. Oh!
Hey folks, today's video is brought to you by carzing.com, who wants to help save you time, headaches, and money without having to go to a dealer. Carzing can help you find the car or truck you're looking for, new or used, without leaving your house. Then you can line up financing through carzing.com without affecting your credit from the comfort of your own home. That way, by the time you get to the dealer and those things are already lined up, you're in and you're out without those back and forths to the office. You can even customize the parameters of the financing for your budget and lifestyle. So head over to carzing.com/thesmokingtire or hit the link in the video description to save time, save money, and save headaches by doing all the annoying things from the comfort of home. So hit that link and go to carzing.com/thesmokingtire now.
Morning everyone, welcome to a science experiment that I'm very excited about. V8 BRZ. The new BRZ is out, has more power, not as much power as this thing because this has a built LS3 built by Katech. Makes 500 at the wheels on pump gas, even more if you are on E85. Adam, the owner, has an interesting story and love of these cars. He first bought one in 2014. Drove it stock for 2 years, then started building the stock engines, the FA. He tried it with a supercharger, he tried it with a turbo, he's trying to get 400 wheel horsepower, and he kept blowing them up. And his advice, if you have one of those engines, is, and you want more power, is supercharge the stock engine, and when it blows up, just get another engine. Don't try to build it, because it won't withstand track use. So finally he caved and he bought this, or built this engine. It's got a built diff. It has a T56 Magnum transmission, dry sump, fire suppression, diff breather. I mean, this is a purpose-built track car that still has a full interior, is street legal. The cruise control works, the blinkers work. Got this beautiful, bright Motec gauge cluster, or rather screen, in front of me. He put an extension on the steering wheel, or on the steering column, so it's ergonomically even better than the BRZ, which is already very good. So, I mean, this fits perfect. The seat's still on sliders. It's got a half cage. Yeah, let's see how it do. Tires are a little cool, so we're gonna take a minute. Exhaust is currently in quiet mode. I can hit a button and go full open, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna try windows up, but he said it's gonna get a little smelly in here, and right. It already smells like gasoline. Of course, the question you are all wondering is why would he do this instead of buying a Camaro SS1LE or a Corvette, especially when you consider the amount of money he's put into this, which is significant. Well, that's the question I hope to answer today at the end of this drive. But for now, oh my God. Oh, okay. Right away, the brakes grab incredibly immediately. They're aftermarket Brembos, I think 6-piston front. Adam said he spent about as much on the brakes as he did the engine. The pedal is super sharp, but progressive. It grabs really early, but it's got a good amount of pliability to it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Reminds me of the McLaren 720S. Steering is crazy quick, crazy quick. Wow. Feedback is good. It's not too twitchy. I mean, obviously it's got 275 square stance 18s. He says he has ran 285s before, but they tend to rub a bit. These are rubbing as well. On this tight stuff, wow. Ooh. The gentlest touch of the throttle right there, and I can feel the back. And I'm gonna have to roll down the window a little bit because the fumes are getting a little aggressive in here. So I apologize for the noise, but it's better than me starting to see dragons flying around and whatnot. Audio's still working good. I'm waiting for the tires to warm up. I'm getting used to this thing. This is his baby. car that weighs under 3,000 pounds, is shorter, narrower, and has a smaller wheelbase than a C7 Corvette, but makes more horsepower, has more brake, and is just the most playful. Oh my God. Wow. And it talks to you. Just that little bit of throttle, I can feel the car lean back into the outside. And then the brakes, heel toe shifting is so easy. He spaced the pedals perfectly. Wow. This thing just wants to wag its ass. Adam didn't put a big wing on it because he just didn't want to drive that way, but after driving at Laguna Seca and doing lots and lots of track days, he admits that it would be a good idea for the stability. It is so fast. I'm not using anywhere near what the rev range has because you don't need to. Man, it really wants to step out. Trying to get some heat in the tires. It's a cold day. Yeah, V8s are great. V8s are great. Wow, it revs up really quickly. Catching the downshift is no problem. Love these brakes. What a noise. What a noise, what response. Oh man, that engine must weigh a pound, if anything. I got this dry sump oil system, so I'm not gonna have any problems there. This has way more sensory input and stimulation than any C7 Corvette I've been in. I mean, yeah, it's a stripped rear interior. I've got solid bushings everywhere. Visceral. Visceral. Want to talk about driver engagement? This is driver engagement. These brakes are so good. They're so good. And the pedal feel is just perfect. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is what you want from driving. This is what I want from driving. Perfectly balanced. Oh. The shifter lands right at hand. I mean, what's great about this car is that Adam thought of all the parts of it. He wanted it to be comfortable the way his stock FRS and BRZs were. He wanted it to be ergonomically exceptional for him. He's about an inch taller than me. So he added this wheel spacer so the wheel comes back right where it needs to be, which is perfect. The pedals are larger, they're spaced right where they should be. Got this beautiful screen. You can still use all the features of the car, which is great. Like, yes, this is a car with compromise. You need to drive with the windows down because otherwise you're just going to start imagining things, and your third eye is about to open up and you're going to start talking to Joe Rogan. That's how much fume is coming into this car right now. If you put the windows all the way down, it's not a problem. These seats are great and the engine is so good and it's not overpowered. It's perfect. Oh my God. Whoa. Whoa. Stand forth. Sweeper. Front wheels are talkative. Just roll into it. It's so stable. I mean, this really speaks to the amount of R&D Adam has done. When someone's done 20 track days or so in a car, it should get better and better and better. And I'm pretty sure it has. You know, sometimes we drive cars on this channel that are people's projects and they're in development, and you know, they just finished the engine, they just finished the suspension. You know, they're in the beginning of that evolution, right? They are a tadpole. No, they're the fish that just jumped out of the ocean, and they're eventually going to learn to walk and become monkeys and become humans. This is great because every piece has been thought of, refined, and evolved and perfected. I mean, this steering, if I had a complaint, it would be the fumes, and it would be the steering is a touch on the light side. You know, this has an electronic steering system. It's a very good system, especially given the price of the car compared to like Porsche or someone of that cost. But it's slightly overpowered. I can feel what the front wheels are doing. It just doesn't have quite as much of that. The rest of the car like sings to your brain in such an amazing volume and clarity, and the steering is the only thing that doesn't. But the brakes, the gas, the shifter, the feel, like the action of this is just perfect. It's like, it's light enough to move quickly, but super solid, and you know where everything's going to be. The seats are excellent. I mean, look how cute this is. This is the remote to open and close the exhaust, and it just nestles right in here in this perfectly cut out Alcantara thing. The good news, if you like a car like this, is this one's for sale. Adam just bought a house, and he needs to move on from this. He's had it for a number of years, and he's in his 7th year of FRS BRZ ownership, and he wants to sell it. So if you're interested in buying this car, there's a link down in the description. You can email Adam directly and talk to him about that. It's going to be over 50 grand. I'm just going to say that. It's going to be over 50 grand. So if you're thinking 40, don't email him. But I want to thank Adam for emailing me a year ago and starting the discussion about this car. Since the first email, it has a whole new engine. The engine's amazing. And for him driving it down to let me drive it, bringing fan cars back into the mix, this is a great way to kick that back off, because this is exceptional. So let's answer the question of why. Why not buy a Corvette? Well, Adam's answer was he's fell in love with the BRZ FRS in 2014 when he bought the first one. And he just liked the size. He liked the playfulness, the visibility. To him, it feels like a more manageable car. The inside feels bigger, the outside is smaller, and he really liked the dynamics. He said in stock form, in the canyons, stock is the best way to do it, because these cars are playful and they move a little bit, and they're just a really wonderful momentum car. So in his opinion, he said, well, why don't I take the car that I really love, it's the size I like, and then just add the speed I'm seeking. So yeah, he could have bought an SS1LE and been faster, or a Corvette and probably been faster and not had to go through the headaches of developing it, but he really loves this platform, and he just wanted to get the speed out of it. And turbocharging and supercharging the stock engine wasn't doing it. So I appreciate that, because we all know that the answers to many car questions can be GTI, Corvette, pickup truck. You know, what's a great commuter that's fun? It's a GTI. What's a great sports car that won't break and is a known quantity and you can buy parts on Mars? A Corvette. Like, yes, those are the right answer, but sometimes the fun answer is the better answer. So I appreciate the hell out of Adam for following that idea. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for supporting us all these years, and we will see you later.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app, available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.